We have Thomas Perry.
Okay, that'll be great.
Thank you.
He's number one, right? Hi, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Thomas Allen Perry.
I am Judge Hazel. How are you today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. You have a charge of assault inside the jail today. You understand why you're here today?
Not really.
Yeah, well, that's what you're charged with doing.
Okay.
Looks like you're being held on other things as well, right? Or you wouldn't be in there. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $500, give you a new court date of Monday, and appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to appoint Gary Grinkwitz to be your lawyer, so you'll have a court on Monday with Judge Cornejo, and you will have a lawyer to represent you at your next hearing. You'll still have all your other court dates, but this one will be for this new charge of assault inside the jail. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, good luck to you then, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
I messed up that one. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Catherine Harrell.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you're charged with assault. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on September the 16th at 10:30 in the morning in Justice Court in downtown Tucson. You're going to have to appear at that time, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand? You understand?
Yes. Yes.
Answer audibly.
Yes.
Also, I'm not going to order no contact with any victims. Don't go to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can return once, but you get that property. So you are being released. Good luck to you, okay?
Okay. September, do I get a?
I'll turn it over. Go back to the-
Okay.
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
Can I have your name?
It's Miles Gerard Snyder.
Just give me a minute. The computer wanted to crash on me. Looks like you're here today because you have a number of warrants from Justice Court. I believe you have 5 warrants from Justice Court. You also have a warrant or a new charge out of City Court. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the computer to reset. Give me one moment. Okay, what I'm going to do on your Justice Court cases, I'm going to set a bond of $100 on each case and appoint Gary Grinkwich to be your lawyer on each of those cases. Or no, I'm sorry, Anna Dennis is a lawyer on each of your cases. I'm going to give you a new court date of Monday at 1 o'clock in Justice Court on all of your cases. So your total bond on your Justice Court cases is going to be $500. Let me approve those and then I will go on to your City Court case, okay?
All right.
Good evening, Your Honor. This is Court Interpreter Pedro Day. Recommend pardon the delay. I'll stand by.
Okay, yes, we have some Spanish tonight.
10-4, I'll check the list.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Snyder, let's go on to your city file now. You have a shoplifting charge out of Tucson. On that charge, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. Going to be October the 31st for a video review. And I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Gotcha. See.
Hi, can I have your name?
Kevin Thrasher.
Hey, Mr. Thrasher, you're here today on new charges of criminal damage. Do you understand why you're here today?
No.
Right. And you also have a warrant for criminal damage as well.
No.
Mr. Thrasher's only in there once. He has 2. He has a warrant. And he has a new charge. Hmm? I have a warrant right here. Well, there's a new charge too. Officer, can we come back to Mr. Thrasher in just a minute? We have to update the system so I can handle both of his cases at the same time.
Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor. Have a seat right here. Dennis, have a seat right here. Matthew.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Matthew Neely.
Okay, let me get your case up on the computer and then we'll talk about it. I'm Judge Hazel. The purpose of this hearing tonight is for me to set release conditions on your case, okay?
Yes, sir.
That's the purpose of today's hearing. All right, let's take a look at your case. Can I have your name again?
Neely, Matthew Neely, sir.
Can you tell me what number he is, please? Neely. Mr. Neely, you're here today because you have a number of cases out of the city of Tucson and a probation violation. What I'm going to do is appoint the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you and set your bond at $2,500 per the request of Judge Million. Your new court date is going to be September the 17th at 1:30 p.m. in City Court. I am appointing the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you, okay? If you post
Sure.
that bond, you will be released, but if not, you'll be appear in court at that date and time, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Okay, stand up, go out the door. Have a seat where you were. Norma?
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Gwendolyn Norman. Gwen, I go by Gwen.
Okay, I'm
Or
Judge.
Wendy is the legal. I haven't changed my documents yet.
All right, so I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault and disorderly conduct.
I did not know what I was accused of.
I'm explaining it to you if you let me talk.
I was in bed when.
All right, ma'am.
Of special situations.
Ma'am, you're charged with, can I talk, please? Thank you.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're charged with assault and disorderly conduct. I am going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 14th with Judge Million in Tucson City Court with standard release conditions. Your next court date is October the 14th. So you're being released. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a seat where you just were. Alexander?
It'll give me a sec.
This way.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yes, it's Alexander Reifenberg.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 14th at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court with standard release conditions. I'm assigning your court to Judge Million, so you must appear on October the 14th, 2025 at 1:30. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Get the time for my.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, because
just go out that door. Stay with me.
How's Mr. Peck? The other one coming?
Sorry.
Hi, can I have your name?
Bartol Lagundi.
Okay, you're here today charged with attempted armed robbery, attempted another count of attempted armed robbery. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Good evening, Your Honor. Did you receive my written recommendation?
Yes, but I'd like you to put it on the record because we do have people watching.
Absolutely. Sorry, let me just get to her. Yes, Your Honor. So the state is recommending that you impose a bond of $10,000. I'm noting that Ms. Lagundi is on probation, and if not for the issues with probation getting holds on nights and weekends, she should have a probation hold. So that should be coming early next week. It looks like based on the interim complaint, she was an accomplice to armed robbery and aggravated assault, even though she was not the shooter. It is concerning that she's on probation and associating with this type of activity. So for these reasons, the state is asking that you impose a bond of $10,000 and at the very least impose no contact with the 3 listed victims.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Lagundi is only 18 years old. She's been a lifelong resident of Tucson. She's a full-time student. Considering that there may be a probation hold coming up, we asked the court to impose a bond of no more than $5,000.
All right, thank you. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. I'm also directing that the public defender be appointed to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Go back. 45.
You're right. 45? That's why I get you a new set down with him on there. Looks like I'm wearing my shirt.
She don't even look right. Hi, Judge.
Hi, what's your name?
Saul Moreno Gallegos Jr. Ah.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with aggravated assault. Does the state have a position on this matter?
No, but may I speak on that?
You're going to have a chance to speak. I'm speaking to the county attorney right now.
Yes, Your Honor. Given that Mr. Moreno is on release in another felony offense, CR 2025-2078, the state is requesting pursuant to Article 2, Section 22, that you set a no bond hearing.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. I understand the state's no bond recommendation. Can I argue probable cause though?
You can argue whatever you'd like.
Okay. So Mr. Moreno's charged with aggravated assault under 1204A8E, which is on a healthcare professional, but in that subsection, there's a exception for defendants who are SMI or have any mental disability, cognitive disability. Considering Mr. Moreno was in the CRC, and even having just talked to him just now, we argue that he would fall under the exception under A8E, and there would be no probable cause to hold him.
Okay, thank you. At this limiting setting, I am going to find probable cause. I'm going to order that he be held without bond and set this for a no bond hearing on September 11th at 2:30 p.m. in Superior Court. Set the matter for a preliminary hearing on September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to impose standard release conditions in this matter. And I am appointing the office of the public defender to represent the defendant. Sir, your next hearing is September 11th. Good luck.
Sounds good.
Good luck. Good luck to you.
Buenas noches.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Roberto Campos.
Su nombre, por favor, señor.
Roberto Campos.
All right, sir, you're here today charged,
Roberto Campo.
you're here today charged with disorderly conduct, domestic violence. I am going to,
Señor se encuentra detenido por acusaciones de trastorno del orden público y violencia doméstica.
I am going to release you and give you a new court date on September the 16th at 8:30 in the morning in Justice Court.
Voy a permitir que salga de la cárcel esta noche y voy a programarle una audiencia el 16 de septiembre a las 8:30 por la mañana en el juzgado de paz del condado de Pima en el centro de Tucson.
Está bien.
Standard release conditions
That's
will
fine.
apply. Standard release conditions will apply.
Vamos a aplicarle las normas normales, las condiciones normales de, perdóneme, de libertad provisional.
Including no contact with any victims,
Eso incluye prohibición de contacto y comunicación con las víctimas que se alegan,
and not to return to the scene of the crime.
de no regresar al sitio de los hechos.
I'm going to also allow you permission to return once to get your property with a police escort.
Le voy a permitir que regrese a casa una vez acompañado por una escolta de la policía para recoger sus prendas personales del lugar. Bien,
Okay, good luck to
That's
you,
fine.
sir. Good luck to you, sir.
bien, buena suerte, señor. Es todo.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Can the jail tell us if we have any other Spanish speakers tonight?
No, that's all we have.
All right, thank you. The interpreter can be excused.
Your Honor,
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
would you like to see Thrasher Kevin now? From misdemeanors?
We're almost ready. Can we go on to another person?
Yeah, that's fine. Anton.
Sir, can I have your name?
Sean Anton.
Okay, you're here today because you have charges of felony shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. The state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Despite the NCA, high NCA score and FTA score, based on the nature of the charges, the state is okay with release to pretrial services.
Okay. I'm gonna hold him, I'm just letting you know I'm holding him on his other charges, though. All right, I will release you on the felony matter. And set your matter for a preliminary hearing on September the 26th. At 1:30 in the afternoon. In Justice Court here in downtown Tucson, standard release conditions will apply. I'm also appointing the public defender to represent you on your felony matters. All right, let's go on to your other warrant. You have a warrant out of Justice Court. I am going to set your bond at $100 and appoint Gary Grinkwich to be your lawyer and give you a new court date of Monday at 1 o'clock in Justice Court. If you post that bond, you'll be released. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody until your next court date. You also have a warrant out of the city of Oro Valley, or the town of Oro Valley. I'm going to set your bond at $500 in that matter and set that matter for September the 17th at 10:30 in the morning. And I am appointing Richard Glenn to be your lawyer in that matter. If you post all the bonds, you'll be released. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody until the next court date. Good luck to you. Okay, we can go to, okay. What's your name?
Jessica Arvizo.
Okay, you're here today. Let me get your case up on the computer. You have a warrant out of Superior Court. Does the state have a position on her Superior Court warrant?
Yes, Your Honor. So normally I do try to give people a second chance if they don't appear for their arraignment. However, in this case, she already has had her second chance to appear at arraignment and failed to do so. She also failed to maintain contact with pretrial services. She indicated to pretrial services today that she was aware of the warrant, but despite that, she did nothing to take care of it. So for those reasons, the state is asking that you honor the bond set by the Superior Court judge, which is $10,000.
Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Arvizo is unemployed. I understand the situation surrounding the failure to appear. But considering she was released to pretrial services previously, we asked for the court to give her another chance on pretrial services release, or in the alternative, set a bond that is more attainable for her, of no more than $2,500.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to affirm the $10,000 bond set by Superior Court. I'm going to set this matter for an arraignment on September the 15th at 1 p.m. in Superior Court here in downtown Tucson. I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant. I'm going to order that if she posts the bond and is released, then she'll be supervised by pretrial services again. Let's go on. You also have multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson. I believe you have 5 files out of the city of Tucson. What I'm going to do on your Tucson City case is I'm going to set your bond at $100 and give you a video review date of September the 16th with standard release conditions. I am appointing the city public defender to represent you in that matter. If you post the bonds or are released, you must appear on October the 3rd. So your court date is next week and then the 16th. So good luck to you, okay? And to the jail, we can go back on Mr. Thrasher's matters now. Whenever you're ready. Sir, can I have your name again?
Kevin Thrasher.
So you're here today on because you have a warrant out of Justice Court. You failed to appear with an offense date of January 31st, 2025. The warrant was issued in July. You failed to appear and the judge set your bond in the amount of $100. And then you have a new criminal damage charge today as well. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
What I'm going to do is affirm that $100 bond out of Justice Court and give you a new court date on both charges on Monday. I'm going to appoint Gary Grinkwich to be your lawyer on both cases. Your total bond is going to be in the amount of $200. If you post those bonds, you will be released, but you must go to Justice Court on Monday in downtown Tucson at 1 p.m. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, but then let us stop and go back to the case. Ashley?
Hi, can I have your name, please?
DeAndre Ashley.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here today to set release conditions on your case. Let me get your file. You're here today because you have new charges of possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you have multiple files out of the city of Tucson. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. So for the felony charges, those appear to be charges that are eligible for the steps diversion program. So I understand. Looks like probably going to get held on the misdemeanors. So I might need some help from defense counsel about what to do with the PH date. But the state is recommending that you release to pretrial services, and if released, then waive the PH date 45 days.
Okay, so even though it was pretrial score, you still want him released?
Yes, based on the nature of the charges, yes.
Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Judge. In terms of the bond,
If you want
because
them, if you want them released.
so on the other on the misdemeanor charges, if there will be a bond, we ask that just a nominal like $5 bond be held, just so you can post it and you can earn time credit if this goes forward past the steps hearing. We will waive the PH date for the steps hearing, and I believe he can appear. If he's still in custody, he can appear in custody for that.
All right, thank you. I'll set the steps hearing on September the 15th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing on the 21st at 1:30 p.m. And with standard conditions, I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant. Let's go on to the,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Before we go to the misdemeanors, what day did you set the PH date?
October the 21st.
Ah, thank you so much. You just said the 21st and I got confused. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
Judge, just to clarify for the jail, is he being held on the felony matter?
No, I released him.
Okay. Okay.
So you have 4 cases out of city court. Since the prosecutor wanted you released on the felony matters, I'm going to release you also on your city charges. Give you a new court date of October the 25th with standard release conditions. So you're being released on all charges, and you must attend those court dates or you'll get a new warrant. You understand?
So,
All right, good luck to you.
Release.
Kurt.
So she calls it over. That's yours. Drug use. You know, that's it. It's steps hearing. It's the drug diversion. Good luck. Maybe so. Yeah.
Go out that door, have a seat with the mails.
Oh.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
My name is Kirk Butler.
Sir, you're here today charged on 2 different cases of felony aggravated domestic violence. Does the state have a position on these matters?
Yes, Your Honor. And it's my understanding that it's split into 2 cases because we have 2 interims. So,
Yes, it is.
yeah. So I have the same but slightly different recommendations on both because they are both DV charges. However, they have different victims. But on both cases, the state is recommending $25,000. I'm noting that he is on felony probation, so there should be a hold coming. There isn't one yet. But more concerning is the fact that he has 2 felony DV priors and 6 misdemeanor DV priors. We have 2 separate victims here that have, with DV conduct that's happening on different occasions. So based on his prior history, and his history of violent and assaultive behavior, he is a continual risk to any person he's in a domestic violence or domestic relationship with, and so the state is asking that he be held and that you impose the $25,000 per complaint.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
One moment, Judge.
Okay, counsel, we need to move forward.
Mr. Butler he's a 29-year resident of Tucson. Pretrial services was able to talk to his sister, who would be able to provide some support, so he would be able to show up to court. It does not seem like an FTA risk. He hasn't had one in the past 2 years. He's full-time employed. He does provide for his family with his job. I understand that there's 2 cases and the nature of the cases, and that there's probation that's potentially will be a probation hold, but there's not one right now. So we're asking for release to pretrial services, or in the alternative, setting a bond of $10,000 on each case concurrent.
Okay, thank you. What I'm going to do is set a bond of $5,000 on each case, set this matter for a preliminary hearing on September the 16th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I am going to impose standard conditions with additional conditions: no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. So the total bond will be $10,000. So your next court date is September the 16th. And good luck to you.
Judge, what office is appointed?
I'm sorry, the public defender.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got no tent on.
Jeffrey?
Can I have your name, please?
It's Jeffrey.
Did you say Jeffrey Dyken?
Yes.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant out of Maricopa County Superior Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Does the state want to be heard on this out of county warrant?
No, just to reiterate our position that we don't submit a recommendation generally, because it's our position that this court should honor out of county warrants from sister courts.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. It looks like that the bond amount from the out of county warrant is only $500. Considering the nature of the charges, I understand it's not our jurisdiction, but nature of the charges and the warrant amount, we ask for release to pretrial services and give Mr. Dyken a opportunity to appear on his own in Maricopa County.
All right, thank you. I'm going to affirm the $500 bond amount. I'm going to set a review hearing on October the 6th to make sure he's been transported. Standard release conditions will apply. If he posts the bond, he'll be supervised by pretrial services. Sir, if you do post the bond and are released, you must appear in Maricopa County Superior Court. What you would do is take your bonding paperwork, take it up there, go to their front counter, and they will take you before a judge and appoint a lawyer as necessary. Good luck to you, sir. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Albert Flores.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. State have a recommendation in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, it appears that Mr. Flores is eligible for the STEPS diversion program. So we would ask that you release to pretrial services and waive the PH 45 days. One other thing that I just realized that I don't think we did with the other STEPS person, but I would ask that you read the script for the STEPS diversion program. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
We're good with the pretrial services release and steps, and we'll waive the time for the PH date.
All right. Sir, you've been arrested and charged with the crime that I've mentioned. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
You may be able to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate on a specific to your needs for a short time. If you chose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged.
Really?
And I assume you're interested in doing that then?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm going to release you and give you the dates that I just said then, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
What was the date for the steps hearing? Sorry, I didn't get it written down.
Let me go back to it. It was the 15th and the preliminary hearing was on the 21st. And the public defender has been appointed.
Great, thank you. Make sure you show up.
Yeah, I'll be there.
To call that original your turn.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Garcia.
Can I have your name, please?
Basha Luis Garcia.
So you're here today because you have new charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You have a warrant out of justice court, and it looks like you have about 9 warrants out of the city of Tucson. State have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. So originally I had recommended pretrial services. However, I neglected to notice the number of warrants out of Tucson City Court. And so I'm going to amend my recommendation slightly. So it does appear that Ms. Garcia is eligible for STEPS diversion program. I'm going to ask if you're inclined to hold her on all of those warrants, that you impose a small bond, $100 for time credit, but also release to pretrial services if posted. And then I'm going to ask that she still waive the PH 45 days, and that you set hearing and read the steps. Sorry about that.
Generally, if she's in custody, we don't waive the time for the preliminary hearing. That could be dealt with later.
That's fair. Then, and that makes sense. So if not, then set the PH in 10 days. Thank you.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, I assume the steps hearing will be set, so we're okay with that. And we asked for release to pretrial services, but if the court is inclined to hold her on the city court cases, then we'll ask for a $50 bond.
All right, I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to set this matter for a steps hearing on the 15th, ma'am. That's a diversion program that your lawyer can explain to you. You are going to be held in custody. However, if you complete the program, the charges will be dismissed. I am going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing because you are being held in custody to September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. In that matter, I'm going to impose standard release conditions, and I'm also appointing the office of the public defender to represent you on that matter. Let's go on now to your Justice Court warrant. You also have a warrant out of Justice Court, and then we will go on to your city court charges. You have warrants for drug charges out of Justice Court. I'm also going to set a $100 bond in that matter and appoint an attorney to represent you on that matter. I'm going to appoint Gary Grinkowicz to be your lawyer on that matter and set that matter for Monday at 1 p.m. in Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. But you will have a lawyer at that matter. Your bond in that matter is $100 cash secured with standard release conditions. Let's go on to your Tucson City cases now. What I'm going to do on your Tucson City cases, I'm going to set this matter for a video review with a $100 bond on September the 16th at 1:45 PM. And if you are released on October the 6th at 2 PM, your total bond on all of your Tucson cases is going to be $100 with standard release conditions. So if you post the $300 bond, you will be released, but you must make it to all future court hearings. If you do not post the bond, you'll remain in custody until these future court hearings. Good luck to you, okay?
Okay, thank you. Are you sorry?
No, yeah, no, that's just for you to tell.
We'll see, I go back in the head.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Art Stolhafner.
I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on new charges, as well as a warrant, as well as charges out of the city of Tucson. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Does the state have a position on his new felony charges of burglary?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is okay with release to pretrial services, given the nature of the charges and he doesn't have felony history. The only thing we would ask that the condition of release be sure to include that he does not return to the incident location.
Attorney for the defendant?
Nothing to add. We're okay with pretrial services also.
All right, sir, I'm going to release you on these new felony charges. Set your matter for a preliminary hearing on September the 16th at 1:30 PM. In Justice Court, release you through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. All right, let's go
Your
on.
Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you say September 16th?
Yes,
Shouldn't it be, or I think you released, so maybe the 20-day PH date?
yeah, it should be the 26th. That's my mistake. Yes. It'll be the 26th.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on to your warrant out of Justice Court. On your Justice Court warrant, I am going to release you. Give you a new court date of September the 18th at 10:30 in the morning. With Judge Foster in Justice Court here in downtown Tucson with standard conditions, no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. All right, let's go over now your Tucson City case. You have a warrant for failure to appear and possession of drug paraphernalia out of Tucson City Court. On that warrant, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 6th in Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson at 2 o'clock with Judge Verena. So you are going to be released on all of your cases. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Make sure you go.
I'm gonna guess that both.
Wait. It's an attorney, right?
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Leonel Jurado.
So you're here today on charges of unlawful means of theft of lawful means of transportation. You have a warrant out of justice court and you have multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Despite the scores, the pretrial services scores, based on the nature of the offense, the state is okay with release to pretrial services, based on the nature of the offense and because his previous conviction is a little bit old. Just for clarification, I saw in the complaint that they had listed 2 other cases regarding theft of vehicles. I looked in my system to see if I could find those, what had happened with those, and they're not in my system at all. So that tells me they perhaps were never brought to us, but at the very least, they were not presented in court. And so I just wanted to provide that information because it looks like he has a history, and perhaps he does, but not within the court system. Thank you.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge will concur with the release to pretrial services, and he seems like he has a stable address, so he should be able to receive all the paperwork and court dates.
All right, I'm going to release you on your felony charges, sir, and then we'll go on to your misdemeanors. Your new court date for your felony will be preliminary hearing on September the 26th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. I'm going to appoint the office of the legal defender to represent you. Let's go on to your justice court matters now. You have warrants out of justice court. On each of those, I'm going to set your bond at $100 and give you a new court date of Monday at 1 o'clock in justice court. I'm appointing Gary Grinkowicz to be your lawyer on both of your cases. So your total bond on those cases will be $200. Your new court date is on the 8th, 2 days from now. Let's go on to your Tucson City cases now. So you have new theft shoplifting charges out of the city of Tucson, as well as pending court dates in the city of Tucson with Judge Crenshaw for assault and criminal trespassing. Also, you have charges of, yes, assault and criminal trespassing. On your Tucson cases, I'm going to appoint the office of the Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. I am going to release you on those charges and set your matter for a non-transport review on October the 31st at 9 a.m. in Tucson City Court with standard release conditions. So you're being held on your $200 bond, sir, and you'll have a new court date of Monday.
We go to court for that.
Judge, considering he's being held on the misdemeanor cases, the defense will request that he has a $5 bond on the felony case, just so he can earn time credit.
No, I've already made a ruling on that.
Okay.
No. He has a justice court hold on this. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Eduardo Leal.
You're here today charged with aggravated assault, misconduct involving weapons, discharging a firearm within city limits. The state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is asking that you impose a bond and we're requesting a bond of $100,000. I'm asking you to consider that the nature of the offense, that he used a deadly weapon. He has a history of violent or assaultive behavior. He is on probation, IPS probation for another violent offense, where he was just put on probation in April of this year. I see that he has the probation hold, but this is a separate offense, and the fact that he has the hold should not, in the state's opinion, inform the amount that is required or appropriate for this new violent offense. The state has concerns, serious concerns for community safety. So we would ask for a bond of $100,000.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Leal is only 19 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He's full-time employed as a landscaper. He does have family support of his mother, who's willing to provide housing, transportation to court. He's only a level 1 offender on the pretrial services score. Only a 4 on the FTA scale. Only a 2 on the NCA scale. Sorry, I think it's the other way around. 2 on the FTA scale, 4 on the NCA scale. Considering the probation hold, we'll ask that the court impose a bond of no more than $10,000.
All right, thank you. I'm going to set the bond at $100,000 cash secured if posted and released from probation through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply in this matter, including no drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, no contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location. I am appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. Sir, you do have a probation hold, so I would, your lawyer will suggest you do not post the bond because you will not be released. Good luck, but your new court date is the 16th and you do have a public defender.
Thank
Thank you. Can I have your name, please?
Mark Martinez.
Okay, let me get your case on the computer. Mr. Martinez, you're charged with domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation. State have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. So I do recognize that he does not have any criminal history according to pretrial services. However, the state is concerned that this is a strangulation case. I did not add the statistics that we normally include for a strangulation case because it's my understanding they're not validated for male-male intimate partners. However, I think that the fact that it's a strangulation case can still be taken into consideration in terms of future risk, future lethality, and what that means in an intimate partner relationship. So for that, the state is requesting that Mr. Martinez be held, and we are suggesting a bond of $50,000.
All right, attorney for the defendant.
Judge, considering the lack of criminal history, it's only a level 1 according to pretrial services, 2 on the NCA scale, 1 on the FTA scale. He's only 18 years old. He has family support for housing and transportation to court. Considering all of these factors about Mr. Martinez and his young age, we ask the court release him to pretrial services, or in the alternative, if the court does set a bond of no more than $10,000.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in all further proceedings. I'm going to set the matter for preliminary hearing on September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set the bond at $10,000 cash secured pretrial if the bond is posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Sir, your next court date is September the 16th at 1:30. Your bond is $10,000. Good luck to you. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Mohammed Lagundi.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with attempted armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm within the city limits. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. So earlier we saw Mr. Lagundi's sibling and you imposed a bond. I do see that the difference between that defendant and this one is that one was on probation, whereas Mr. Lagundi is not. However, the other significant difference between the two of them is that Mr. Lagundi is one of the shooters in this case. We have two people that were wounded. And that there was there's three co-defendants in this case. I'm sorry, the state has a high concern for community safety. There's also the information about what was done afterwards was concerning with regard to Mr. Lagundi's handguns. They were buried in the backyard afterwards. So the state is asking that you impose a bond of $50,000.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
One moment. Yes, Judge. Years old. His level 1 on pretrial services, 2 on the NTA scale, only a 1 on the FTA scale, no criminal history whatsoever. He's a full-time student. I understand that the court imposed a bond on one of the co-defendants. Ms. Summers is right that the other co-defendant was on probation. Mr. Lagundi is not. So for those reasons, we asked the court release Mr. Lagundi to pretrial services, or in the alternative, set a bond of no more than $10,000, which is what it was for the co-defendant.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Legal Defender to represent the defendant in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. or a preliminary hearing. I'm going to set the bond at $50,000 cash secured. If that bond is posted, I'm going to release him through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, drugs, no firearms. Sir, your next court date is September the 16th at 1:30 p.m. Your bond is $50,000. If you do post that bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court at that time. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes.
Can I have your name, please?
Andrew.
So you're here today because you're here today on new felony charges. Possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and then another charge for promoting prison contraband. What's the state's position on this matter? You also have a warrant, or you have a charge out of the city of Tucson as well. What's the state's position?
Yes, Judge. So it's my understanding we have two different complaints, one for the contraband, one for the drug charges. On the contraband complaint only, the state is moving to dismiss without prejudice prosecutorial discretion. So that's how we would like to handle that one. For the other complaint, which has the drug charges, it looks like these are charges that make her eligible for the STEPS diversion program. So we would ask that you release her to pretrial services, waive the PH and set it in 45 days, and read the STEPS script with her. Thank you.
All right. Attorney for the defendant.
Yeah, no objection to the state's recommendation, and we'll waive time for the preliminary hearing.
All right, ma'am, I've already charged you with what you're accused with. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, the felony accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed from your record without you ever being charged. Are you interested in doing that program, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of October the 21st for a October the 21st at 1:30 PM for a preliminary hearing. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you. I'm setting this matter for steps hearing on September the 15th. You must appear at all those hearings with standard release conditions imposed. If you do that, then you can earn the dismissal of your charge, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go on to your Tucson case now. In the city of Tucson, you're charged with criminal trespass and possession of stolen shopping cart and possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of October the 2nd, 2025 at 2 PM with Judge Crenshaw in Tucson City Court with standard release conditions. You are being released, but you must appear in Tucson City Court at that time. Do you understand?
I understand. Thank you very much.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But it's in the payments.
Can I have your name, please?
Joseph Orontes.
You're charged with attempted robbery or aggravated robbery, attempted armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and discharging a firearm within the city limits. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. So this is now the third co-defendant of the case for tonight. I recognize that his scores are low and that he doesn't have any prior history. However, he is one of the shooters in the case. And so I think this court should take that into consideration, just as you did for Mr. Lagundi. We also have information that in terms of the firearms that he was responsible for, that there was an effort to conceal them by giving them to the neighbor afterwards. So the state is requesting that you impose a bond of $50,000.
Thank you. State attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Ornithez is only 18 years old and again, no criminal history, low scores, 2 NCAA scale, 1 FTA scale, level 1, full-time student. Understand that there was a bond on the other cases, and so we'll ask that in this case, the court impose a bond of no more than $25,000.
All right, thank you. I'm going to take the following actions. I'm going to appoint the legal advocate to represent the defendant in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for September the 16th at 1:30 PM. I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $50,000 cash secured. If that bond is posted, he may be released through pretrial services and supervised by them. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I'm going to direct you have no contact with any victims and don't return to the scene of the crime. Sir, your next court date is September the 16th. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court at that time. If you don't book the bond, you'll remain in custody until your next court date. Good luck to you.
Should take a should.
Is there anything further from the prosecutor tonight?
No, Your Honor. If that concludes the calendar, thank you.
Yes, the calendar is concluded. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Right, thank you.